So Ricky asked, if you had no money, how would you start pressure washing? We kind of covered that in the beginning, kind of how you got into it. I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
So the model is be expensive, rent your equipment, okay? And figure out how you can be the most expensive and offer the best value. Like, what else is there in life? Just, like be the best, be the most expensive.
Right.
And figure out a way to separate from the rest of the market. That's how, and then rent your shit until you can afford it.
Yeah. And do a good job, of course, and also have integrity, because I think that's important as well.
I did mention that, right?
You did. I was just covering it on the back end. Okay, cool. So the next question is from Nathaniel JL. He says, a good question for the podcast might be, when do you know to scale what you have? If you feel you have something good going, do you push to make it bigger and risk overdoing it, or riding the success you are currently doing?
Okay, so I went to a mastermind this past month, and all of the guys in this mastermind, man, all of them had like $3 million, $20 million businesses. And I'm like, bro, like, I know a lot about marketing and stuff like that, but I never want to even remotely be close, because 10 trucks sounds like 10 headaches to me.
Right.
Like just a bunch of knuckleheads,
right.
At $15 an hour. Like,
everything could go wrong. Everything could come rumbling down.
Stuff blowing up. You got corrosive chemical we're spraying on, like, whatever, pansies, killing plants.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. And so I like to kind of keep everything automated and work with specialists. But how do you scale? I would scale your marketing to a point where you're spending at least $1,000 a month on Google Ads.
Okay.
And, get your SEO tight, get you a designated company who can build your website properly, and who's going to update it every weekly or daily if you want them to. That's when you'll have so many leads coming in that you just can't even, like, you can't get to them all.
Right.
And that to me is like heaven, because what the potential of one truck is truly, and I know this because I have a friend who's in New Jersey and he cleans, and he has 2 trucks, and he makes $40,000 a month off of each truck.
Right.
And I was like, crazy. Okay, so that's obviously like the potential if this thing is working like crazy, right? If this thing's working every day and you're maximizing it, maximizing your opportunities.
Yeah.
This is what your potential is. So for what my channel's about, what, kind of what your channel's about, like, that's as far as I would want to go with this business, because you can kind of control it and you can work for who you like to work for. So scaling, like 10 trucks, that thing, not my thing. Scaling to a point where you only work for people who value your service, pay high ticket, and call you back is what I would scale to. So just get an influx of leads. That's the big thing. Scale your marketing to where you got so many leads that you're just like, all right, I'm not working for 5 of these. I'm going to work for the other 5.
Right. So once you kind of meet your potential, then, I mean, from my perspective, once I meet like my full potential in this business, like, I'm not in the game to be like the biggest pressure washer that ever existed. It's more so like I want to venture off into other ventures. So kind of like building out to as big as you can be, getting a ton of leads, and then but ultimately funneling some of that into some other ventures that can bring more passive revenue sources.
Absolutely. So the idea is, man, I have buddies, and some of them are, they're at like 800,000 right now in the year for their business. And they're taking home less than they were taking home when they were making 250,000.
Yeah.
And that to me was the kind of the inception of like the lean and mean thought, that they took a pay cut by growing. Now, after a while, like it's gonna tip. You know what I mean? After they get a certain number and they're able to scale, there is a moment where it tips. But dude, I've seen guys have sleepless nights, son.
It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it.
I'm like, bro,
I don't feel like it's worth it,
man. Like, I ain't trying to get like.
I mean,
so many headaches. And y'all
I know there's so
staying up
much
late
more.
on pressure washing.
There's other ways. There's other ways to make money. So I think that's a good answer. Scale to as big as, you can handle, and then, invest in other ventures.
Thanks so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like for me. And also leave me something down in the comments section. If you'd like to be notified from my future videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you don't miss anything. If you'd like to watch this podcast in its entirety, there will be a link in the comment section and the description to the full version of the podcast. Also, if you're curious about any of the equipment that I use to make this video, there will be Amazon links in the comment section and the description. If you click through and purchase anything within a 24-hour period using those links, I will get a small commission, and I'll greatly appreciate you for that. If you'd like to sponsor the channel or support it in any other way, I also have Patreon and merch down in the comment section and the description. But I really appreciate you for watching. My name is Justin. This is Forever Self-Employed, and until next time, hustle hard and get that money. Peace.